Welcome to my pre-algebra class. We're on chapter 9, section 5. We're doing part A, changing a percent to a fraction. Percent is a ratio, and it compares a number to 100. So if I have 5%, that is actually 5 over 100. So percent always means compare me to 100 or put me over 100 or divide by 100. So if I want to change a percent to a fraction, if it's a whole number percent, I put the number that's in front of the percent sign over 100, so 65 hundredths, and then I simplify. 5 goes into 6 once and into 15 3. 5 goes into 120. So the percent sign means I have to put that number in front over 100 or divide by 100. If I have a decimal percent, I still follow the rule, put the decimal, what's in front of the percent sign over 100. But we don't leave a decimal in a fraction, so we need to get rid of it. And to get rid of it, we need to move it 2 to the right, which is multiplied by 100. So that means the top has to be multiplied by 100 and the bottom by 100. So that gives me 45 over 10,000, which I can then simplify. 5 goes into 45, 9. 5 goes into 10, 2, and I have 3 zeros afterwards. If I have a mixed number or a fractional percent, there's a little trick that you can just add 2 zeros to the denominator of a fraction in front of the percent sign. I'll show you why that happens. Let's just take 1/5 percent. 1/5 percent says put me over 100. That's the same as 1/5 times 1 over 100, which is 1 over 500. So I could, instead of doing this, I could have just added 2 zeros because I'm dividing by 100. So 2/3 percent would be 2 over 300. Compare me or divide me by 100. And then I would simplify that. And if I have a mixed number percent, I first change it to a fractional percent. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1, that's 9/2 percent. And now compare me to 100. That would be 9 over 200. So once you get it in fraction form, just add 2 zeros to the bottom. We're ready to do the assignment. You need to get your notebook paper ready and your worksheet that says changing percents to fractions. Full heading, skip a line, title, worksheet percents to fractions, and we're doing all of the problems on the worksheet. So problem number 2, we have 76%. We're changing it to a fraction, so it'd be 76 over 100. Use 2 lines for your fractions. Simplify, 2 goes into 7, 3, 1 left over. 2 goes into 16, 8. 2 goes into 150. They're still both even, so I could divide by 2 again. 2 goes into 38, 19 25ths. Problem number 4, we have 30%. 30% means compare me to 100, 30 to 100. Could drop matching zeros, so my answer would be 3/10 for the fraction. Number 6, 46%. That is equal to 46 over 100. Simplify, 2 goes into 4, 2, and into 6, 3. 2 goes into 150. So the fraction for 46% is 23/50. Number 18, 17% is 17 over 100, and that cannot be reduced. Number 10, we have 25%. That's 25 over 100. 25 goes into 25 once and into 104. So the fraction for 25% is 1/4. Problem number 12, 74%. Put 74 over 100. They're even, so divide by 2. 2 goes into 7 3 times. 1 left over. 2 goes into 14, 7. 2 goes into 150. So the fraction for 74% is 37/50. Number 14. We have 150%. So that's 150. Compare me to 100 over 100. Drop matching zeros. 5 goes into 15, 3, and 5 goes into 10, 2. So it's 3 halves. Now there are 2 16s. We're going to do both of them. We have 0.003%. Remember that is, put it over 100. We don't want to leave the decimal there, so we're going to move it 3 to the right. That would be 3. That's multiplying by 1,000, and that's going to add 3 zeros to the bottom. So that's 3 over 100,000. And then we have another 16. Write the percent down at 7.5%. Change it to a fractional percent. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 1. That's 15 halves percent. I'm comparing me to 100. 15 halves compared to 100 would be 15 over 200. Add 2 zeros to the denominator. 5 goes into 15, 3. 5 goes into 24 and into 0, 0. So our answer is 3/40. 18, we have 1 2/3%. First change it into a fractional percent. 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5/3%. Now compare me to 100, divide by 100, which means add 2 zeros. And simplify. 5 goes into 5 once, into 36, and a 0. So answer is 1/60. 20, 5.5%. Change it into its fraction form. That would be 10 plus 1 at 11 halves percent. Still the percent. Now compare 11 halves to 100. So that'd be 11 divided by 100, which adds 2 zeros to the bottom. 22, we have 1 4/10%. Change it to its fraction form. That'd be 10 times 1 is 10 plus 4, 14/10%. Now the percent says compare me to 100, so I divide by 100 or multiply by the bottom by 100, add 2 zeros. Simplify. 2 goes into 14, 7. 2 goes into 10, 5, and then followed by 2 zeros. 24, I have 12.5%. Change it to its fraction form. That's 12 times 2 plus 1. That's 25 halves. Still the percent. Now compare it to 100, which means we divide by 100, so add 2 zeros to the bottom. 25 goes into 25 once, and there are 8 25s, or 8 quarters and $2. So our answer is 1/8. 26, we have 45 1/5%. Change it into its fraction form. 5 times 45 is 225 plus 1 is 226 over 5%. So 226 divided by fifths divided by 100, we'd add 2 zeros. Simplify. 2 goes into 226 113 times, and 2 goes into 500 250 times. So that's our answer. Problem 28, we have 2 6/7%. change it to its fraction form. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 6 is 27%. Compare me to 100, so that means divide by 100, add 2 zeros to the bottom. We can drop matching zeros. 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 70 35 times. Problem number 30, we have 18 1/8%. Change it to its fractional form. 8 times 8 is 64 plus 1 is 5. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 6 is 145 over 8%. Compare me to 100, so put 145 over 800. Well, we can divide by 5. 5 goes into 14, 2 with 4 left over. And 5 into 45 is 9. 5 goes into 8 once with 3 left over. 5 into 30 is 6. So it's 29 over 160. The rest of the problems have 2 answers each. So 32, I have the decimal 0.5. If I'm given the decimal, I got to find the percent and the fraction. The percent would be, the fraction would be 1/2. Well, we haven't done this part yet, so we're kind of like learning ahead. If I have 0.5, I want to change it to a percent. I multiply by 100, so that would slide it over to, like if you have 0.5, if you figure out in your paper and you want to know what percent is, that's 50%. And the fraction 0.5 is equal to 5/10, which is equal to 1/2. So our percent is 50 and our fraction is 1/2. 34, I'm given the fraction 2/3. And I need to change it to a decimal, and we know the decimal for that is 0.6 repeating. And then to the percent, I could slide the decimal over 2 to the right. Remember, this is a repeating decimal. So that'd be 66. And string of 3s, 6s afterwards, is 66 2/3%. Don't leave a repeating decimal as your percent. Be sure and change it to a fraction. And the last one, we have 1%. The fraction's easy enough. Put 1 over 100. Compare me to 100. And the decimal, change a percent to a decimal. We move it, divide it by 100, or move it 2 to the left, so it'd be 0.01. That concludes the evens. Be sure you check the answer key for the odds.